Yeah. True story, you dealing with the best in chess. Fish gang, where you at? Time to represent. Coach, show them how we run it. It's time to do it big. Let the world stream live. You can find him on Twitch. Right from the opening until he holla checkmate. Coach keeping entertaining, yeah, all day. Some people donate, some try to hate. Tell them don't hide. Check them online, chess.com. Yeah, that's where it goes down. He don't see no competition every time he look around. People yelling true story, sounding like Coach. If you ready, come rock with him. You know how it goes. Hey, yeah.
Welcome back, 1300 Club. We are back with another 1300 Club video, and I promise I'm going to try to make this one short as possible. This video is called Protect the Children. Protect the children. In this case, the children are the pawns. You guys should not be pushing your pawns without making sure that those pawns look both ways. The pawns are being pushed too easily. We're going to look at this game from the black perspective, and let's go. b4, g6, c4, knight c6, knight f3, bishop g7, knight c3, and 6. Now we have bishop g5, knight e7. Nothing terribly wrong with this position, by the way. E3, normal chess looking like castle, king safety. I love to see king safety. Bishop d3, both players are getting their pieces out. And now d5. Still, I don't see anything terribly wrong. We're not going over openings here. The idea is to observe for those opportunities to protect the children. So here, first glance, White decided to push past. In this position, I think we have the right to reserve the tension here. I think we can reserve the tension, and White should just castle. But we're going to go on. They push past, not a fan. And then Black played a6. Okay, castle, and then b6. I guess he's trying to attack the pawns. He had some choices. Queen a4. Not terribly excited, but okay. Bishop b7. Now I think all of Black's minor pieces have been developed, so this is progress in my mind. There's a capture. A pair of pawns are off the board. The rook comes to the open file, and for those of you all who don't know, this is where rooks belong. There's two places rooks belong: open files and on the 2nd and 7th ranks. Ask your opponent questions is from another one of our videos. This pawn move does ask our opponent a question. It says, what are you going to do with your queen? And even though this square is protected by 3 different pieces, none of those pieces is interested in going away. So, White's going to move his queen. True story. So the queen retreats, and the first thing that jumps out in my mind is watch out. That's the first thing that jumps out at my mind. Now, in this case, if Black was to push this pawn, I think White would be able to get out of any harm's way by just doing something like this. I think this would be the sequence that would keep White in the game. But that's not how the game continued. The game continued with f6. So f6 is the first opportunity for us to protect the children. So what we're going to do here is say, hey, avoid pushing pawns in front of your king unless it absolutely stops checkmate. Avoid pushing pawns in front of your king unless it absolutely stops checkmate. f6, not a fan. If you were so concerned about this f6 square, you probably could have done something else. Maybe move your queen. So f6 got played. I'm not terribly excited about that. And then he challenged the bishop yet again with the tricky knight. And we pushed a pawn. Protect your children. Protect your children. So in this case, this bishop is sleeping with the fishes. In fact, let's see if you can pause the video and come up with a sequence that wins the piece. If you came up with simply just pushing the pawn now, I think you are right because the bishop sleeps with the fishes.
She sleeps with the fishes. She sleeps with the fishes.
And even after bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, there's no saving this bishop. There's no saving this bishop at all. So that's a missed opportunity because of not protecting the children. So we continue. The game continued with b4. He switched sides, and the queen stepped to a bad square. We get to eat a piece. Note, this bishop is still under attack. This bishop is still sleeping with the fishes. He
sleeps with the fishes.
Rook captures. He takes the bishop with his knight instead of just knocking him off with the pawn. Capture, capture, and then he continues with his original mission to sacrifice his children in the middle of the street. Capture, 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 capture. A lot of capturing going on. Sleeping with the fishes.
He sleeps with the fishes.
The children are at risk. And because both sides are not respecting the children, he captured again. And let's just pause to see if you can see what Black's last move was in this position. If you saw the horizontal blindness that was created by White, good job. Exposure of the queen. And this game ended on this move. So, just flashing back through the game, this was a quick one. 1300 club. Protect the children. You have to be careful of your pawn moves. Don't just randomly push your pawns, people. Don't randomly push your pawns. Please, your pawns cannot go backwards. Treat them like children. Every time you push a pawn, make sure you look both ways. In this case, f6 did end up getting him a piece, but it was only because White just randomly played g3. And that is the kind of move that we should not be making, leaving our bishop with absolutely no squares. Black missed the opportunity to play g5 and just take the bishop for nada. And that was the crux of the game. So again, thank you for watching, and we will see you on the other side.